What is going down, YouTube? You guys already know what it is. This is Woods, and I'm back at it again with another haircut tutorial for you guys. In this haircut tutorial, we will be doing a disconnected low taper. To start off a disconnected low taper hairstyle, you want to go ahead and separate the long hair from the short hair that you're going to be cutting, ensuring though that your partings are nice, clean, and even to complement the haircut. Alright, now it's time to go ahead and pick up them clippers. So now we got our one guard all the way closed going with the grain, but you guys see what I'm doing on that clip. I'm lifting that clip to pull on that hair to ensure that I'm not cutting it at all. If you guys start cutting it and nipping those long hairs, it will start making the partings look a lot larger than what you're wanting them to be. So just be careful. Right here, we're going in with some holding spray, making sure we're getting a good amount on there and then drying it on there. Make sure if it's curling up or anything, brush it down. But now it's time to go ahead and go in with them liners. So now we got our liners and we're going ahead and just taking our time, using our corners, getting that nice circular shape around the ear. You see how it's pulling on the back of the ear a little bit just to get a little bit of a stretch. But right here, you know, just following what I've already did around the ear, just keeping it nice, clean, and natural. So while I was going ahead and lining up the back, I just went ahead and set in the guideline for the back taper, but we are going ahead and jumping into the front right now. So right here, I like to start in the middle, work my way to the highest side, and he has a cowlick on this side. So we're going to take that line all the way up to the cowlick to ensure for a nice crispy line. And then whatever's on the other side that makes it even, we're just going to go ahead and go straight across, basically already following along what we did on the left side. So when it comes to the vertical bars, I use the push method for his specific lining, and then I go ahead and chomp when I find the darkest point. So now we're going to go ahead and start on those C-cups. So I'm tapping at that corner just to find the darkest point. Then I use this, line up the sideburns. Then I use the corners to go ahead and just connect the dots. Alright, you guys, now we're going ahead and jumping straight into the blend. So right here, I'm setting in my ball guideline right at the top of the ear, right where the top of the ear begins. And now it's time to grab our clipper and start all the way open, no guard, and go up about a ½ inch. Now we go ahead and go in with our one guard all the way open, and we're taking it all the way up to that part line just because, again, there's nothing to blend it into. Like, now that this is a disconnected low taper, I feel like this is the easiest haircut you can do, especially as a new up and coming barber. But right here, we're going ahead and blending out that little ball line. You start all the way closed, and I felt like I got a good enough transition, so I went ahead and opened it all the way up and started detailing. I felt like all I had was that one dark spot in the middle. And I feel like that's why I really like lining up first, because then I feel like I'm not over blending, overdoing the blend. I'm able to get a consistent product every time just because you're able to see where the lining is going to be dark at, especially when you're trying to get a consistent product, get two sides to even look the same. That is the hardest part in barbering. It's not just doing it one time, it's not just doing it twice, but it's getting both sides to look the same every single time. I feel like that is when you start becoming an elite barber, when you're able to push out a consistent product every single time and both sides look the same. Like I see all the time, like one side of somebody's taper is like really small, and you go on the other side and it's super large, and you're just like, man, like that looks so tacky, that just looks so it's just not it looks ugly to me. But Besides the point, if you are struggling when it comes to your tapers, I do suggest lining up first, just so you're able to see the haircut come together. I feel like when I was a beginner, that's where a lot of my anxiety came from, was not knowing. And you have to basically do this whole haircut, and then at the end when you're lining it up, it's supposed to look like this great thing. And it can really be an anxious thing as a new barber. But right here, we're gonna pick up where I'm at right now. I have my one guard all the way closed, and right here, that's kind of how I'm blending it in. Just because since there's nothing to blend it into, I'm going ahead and smoothing it down. But right here, I have my clipper all the way closed, and we're taking out that bottom guard line. Now it was halfway. Now I just went ahead and went all the way up, ensuring though that I'm not going to where in the area where I did my one guard all the way open. If you start going into that area, that's when you need to go ahead and grab that half guard or grab that one guard all the way closed and then start going up, because again, you're doing a gradual blend. And if you find yourself just going higher and higher and higher using the same whatever you have on your clipper, whether it's no guard all the way open to a half guard, if you feel yourself going up higher, grab a different guard, because then a lot of times that might be the solving of your problems. It's not the fact you have to go higher, and because at that point you're just chasing a line. So make sure that you're changing guards constantly. Don't get stuck in one space. Right here, we're just cleaning up the haircut. Like this is one of the simpler haircuts to do. My client did not get facial hair done. So right here, we're going ahead and putting some enhancements on them. This is upon request. You guys are going to get to know me. I do not go ahead and put enhancements on anybody without them asking me. I do go ahead and ask at the end of the haircut. I'll be like, hey, do you want enhancements or do you just want to leave it natural? And because I feel like at that moment, they're able to see that finished product. They're able to decide, hey, I like this haircut and I want to keep it this way, or you know what, I wouldn't mind a little bit of enhancements. You know, I'm not against all natural barbers, and I'm not against enhancements at all. I feel like we have to evolve as barbers. You can't be stuck in a box, especially when you're in the service industry. So don't be afraid to kind of just expand your horizons, because a lot of times if you're hating on somebody, I really feel like it's just because you're too scared to do it. But right here, now it's time to clean everything up. We're doing it with the razor. So we're making sure everything is tight. This cut is going to be as crispy as possible. Even when these enhancements wash out, we want him to be satisfied with his haircut. Stretching the skin in the opposite direction. You see how I'm pulling up on that on his hair, just to get that stretch in the skin, because I don't want to touch the enhancements. My enhancements have to dry, and so at the end I do use the blow dryer, but I don't show that at the end. But I use the blow dryer just to go ahead and dry up my enhancements to ensure that they're locked in, so they last him as long as possible. Right here, we're taking out the clips. We're gonna go ahead and start picking out his hair, spray him down with some water to kind of moisturize it. You know, water is a natural moisturizer. And then we're gonna throw some mousse in his hair and dry that in. When it comes to your mousse and you're about to do a curl sponge, number one, if you're not using mousse, if you're using a twist and curl, that works. But if you're not using mousse and you're just jumping straight in with the curl sponge, upgrade your service a little bit. Get some mousse. Mousse can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be. Go grab something that's a little tacky. I put in the water to hydrate the hair, and then I use Design Essentials almond avocado mousse, and then I dry it in their hair until I feel like my fingers kind of getting a little sticky. And then after that, I go ahead and just go crazy, go in the same circular direction with the curl sponge to ensure a even curl. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this haircut. If you guys did, don't forget to go ahead and drop a like down below. Also, let me know what you guys thought about my first haircut tutorial of 2025. Guys, it feels so good to come back and make videos. I love making videos. It just taps into a different creative side of me. If you guys enjoyed it though, let me know down in the comments below. It motivates me, keeps me wanting to make more videos for you guys. But guys, this is Woods, and I'm out.